Hey friends, Ash here. Welcome back to JenSense. Hope that you're doing well. You don't always have to spend a huge amount of money to smell amazing, and today you guys are actually the ones that are going to prove that. Because I asked you on the post tab of my YouTube channel, what is the best fragrance you can get today for under 50 bucks? And I've got 15 different choices that you guys gave as the best cheapie today. Now, unfortunately, a lot of the fragrances that I would pick as a best cheapie have been discontinued, so yeah.
I'm not gonna be here.
Now this could just be me, but it seems like if a fragrance is not quite popular enough and ends up getting all of its stock dumped to discounters and sold for pennies on the dollar, that could be a bad thing for the fragrance? Nah. There's gotta be total coincidence, right? Right? Let's get started with the first fragrance coming to us from Tyler with 4Rs 11. And what fragrance does he say is the absolute best you can get for under 50 bucks, friends? It is this Legend Spirit from Mont Blanc. Now, in case you're unaware of Legend Spirit, it has been a go-to cheapie for years. It smells similar to Invictus Aqua, which used to be a huge selling point. It, to be fair, still is, but nowadays there are a lot more fragrances that have come out that have similarities to Invictus Aqua, including the new Invictus Aqua. Used to be discontinued, now it's back again. So it is sweet and fresh, that combination that works so well. It's a little bubblegummy, of course, as well, just like Invictus Aqua. I'm totally not reading some of the notes from the back of the bottle. Bergamot, pink pepper, lavender, aquatics, musk, and cashmere. It's a tester. But honestly, for under 50 bucks, spring, summer, daytime, this stuff is perfect, works extremely well, big compliment puller, also very good for younger guys. The next choice is one I can absolutely get behind, and there are some amazing, top-notch fragrances to come. So some of these that we're gonna talk about a little later in the video, I am completely on board with, like perfect 10 cheapies. The next one though is Ferragamo Uomo Signature. Money Parhar is the one who gave us this one. Got money in the name, dude knows what he's talking about. He says, best coffee fragrance for $34, really specific there. Best for giving family members and friends as a gift, beast of a fragrance. And you know what? It is. It projects, it lasts, it is strong, and it is a fantastic coffee scent on the cheap. It's a roast coffee, but it also has a nice sweet aspect to it, and the original Ferragamo Uomo, really good as well on the cheap. I will say between the two, that Uomo Signature comes across a little bit higher end, a little bit higher quality, but both Uomo and Uomo Signature absolutely worth owning, and really the entire Ferragamo Uomo line at this point is pretty cheap at discounters. I do think whenever it happens, and this is discontinued and completely gone from like all the discounters, this could be one of those fragrances that goes up in price. It happens all the time. Actually, one of the ones behind my shoulder back here somewhere, Gucci Pour Homme 2. Do you see it? Is there an arrow pointing to it? Yeah. That right there, amazing. Great spring fragrance. Performance not beastly, but the scent, great. It used to be about 40 bucks from discounters. I don't really want to look up what it goes for now, but more than 40. V-Trip has given us the next fragrance. This is him by Zadig and Voltaire. Super underrated, smoky vanilla fragrance that I get mad compliments from. I layer it with CKB2. Perfect combo for night or cool weather. This is one of those fragrances where if you know, you know. It's not as popular as a lot of the other ones we're gonna talk about just as far as like the fragrance house that it's from, but the quality is there. And as he says, a great underrated smoky vanilla scent. The vanilla is also different than most of the vanilla fragrances that are coming out nowadays. A lot of those are more effervescent, sparkling vanilla scents with a good amount of sweetness, sometimes almost tropical sweetness mixing together with the vanilla. This is more of a dusty vanilla. I hesitate to call it full on powdery, but it's like leaning that direction a little bit, and then has that like woodsy, smoky aspect, some pepper in there as well, which does help it stand out, gives it more of a unique kind of feeling. And yeah, discounters, I think this one is about like 35. And I want to give a quick shout out to all you guys watching me right now while you're at work. Because a lot of you have hit me up over the years and said that, you know, you get to work and you watch the videos and it helps you get through the day. So if you are right now at work, I see you. I hope you have a great day. I hope your boss doesn't breathe down your neck. If you've got a presentation today, you're gonna crush it. If a customer is being an a-hole, sorry, that sucks. But yeah, I just hope you get through your workday and it's okay and you don't have a mental meltdown. But thank you for watching, and I'm glad that I can help you get through your work days. Or if you're sitting on the toilet, shout out to you, and I do not see you, but shout out anyway. Next fragrance comes to us from Fragrance Obsessed, and he's actually gonna give us a twofer. The first one, Mercedes-Benz Club Black, and the second, Legend, the original. I'm telling you, man, Mont Blanc with the cheapies, people love them. He says both of these are enjoyable and he never gets tired of either one. And I gotta say, between these two, if I could pick just one, it's this one. Mercedes-Benz Club Black is one of the best cheapies, period, as long as you like vanilla, which I do, so it works out. Now, the last one we talked about had vanilla as well, but this is a different style of vanilla. This one is higher end, deep, rich, a little bit syrupy, with similarities to much more expensive fragrances. For example, Spiritueux Double Vanille from Guerlain, and also a discontinued fragrance, Cologne of the Missions, which used to be pretty affordable. I actually have an enormous sized bottle of that stuff. I'm talking huge, but yeah, discontinued. And then Mont Blanc Legend, what can we say about that one? Smells similar to Abercrombie & Fitch Fierce. Great year-round fragrance, daytime or evening, doesn't matter. Super versatile. You can wear it anywhere, anytime. Two great choices. And also, they came out with the new Mercedes Club Black Eau de Parfum, but I don't have that one just yet. So if anybody out there has smelled it, let me know what you think about it. I need to get that, like, yesterday. And one other thing, guys, I'm gonna be giving away a fragrance in today's video, one that I think is really good around that $50 price point. I scooped it up for this video to give away, so that'll be a little bit later on. The next one is from Inebriated. He simply says, Versace the Dreamer. Now, this one can be a little divisive. I know not everybody loves the Dreamer. I do. I think this stuff is fantastic, but I also understand why not everybody will, because it definitely smells a little throwbackish. It came out in the mid-90s originally, so it's been around for a while. It has tobacco, lavender, sage, has a really aromatic scent profile to it when you first spray it on. You also get tonka that comes out as the fragrance dries down, which gives it this nice little bit of sweetness. The performance is pretty good. The fragrance itself smells quite unique, honestly. Like, compared to most everything else out there nowadays, it's doing its own thing. Also, the presentation is beautiful, I feel like. For, you know, a $20-some fragrance, it looks great. Looks super classy. You've got the atomizer built into the cap, which actually works pretty well. The performance has always been very nice for me. Lasts a long time, projects well. It does have, like I said, a touch of like an old school masculine feel to it, but done in a way that gives it a unique kind of flair. I love the Dreamer, but I know not everyone will. Coming up, some absolutely massive scents, but before those, guys, here are some codes you can use to save yourself some money, with the newer codes being from Intense Oud, Gift Express, and Maple Prime. 15% off at Gift Express and Intense Oud, so you can save a huge amount of money at those websites. Gift Express, a huge discounter. Intense Oud, mainly clones. And then there are great codes for the Perfume Box, which is another killer store, Fragflex, Maple Prime, Beauty House, and Joma Shop as well. One thing though, the Joma Shop codes change every quarter and only work within the Joma Shop app, so be aware of that. The next one is for the classy gents out there, and it's Lalique Pour Homme, or Lalique Lion. This one comes to us from Jerry7892, who says it's classy, timeless, and very similar to Bois de Portugal by Creed. Enough said. Which is true. It is similar to Bois de Portugal, only way less. But honestly, when you're talking Creed, almost everything is way less at this point. So it doesn't matter whether it's a designer, niche, clone, indie, most of the time it's cheaper than Creed. Now, there's gonna be another Lalique down the road that we talk about, but I do want to say really quickly, Lalique in general has some of the highest quality fragrances for the lowest prices at discounters. That said, a lot of the time, not always, but a lot of the time, Lalique fragrances will appeal more to like middle-aged guys and older, because they do typically have a classier type of scent breakdown, a little more dressed up, a little more sophisticated, a little more mature. They're not really hitting you over the head with like bubblegum sweetness, big doses of caramel and chestnut and vanilla and stuff like that. That's not really what Lalique does. So yes, this one, absolutely amazing. Also, Hommage à l'Homme was really good and unfortunately discontinued and now much more expensive. That one used to be like 20 bucks. 20, 25, something like that. And there are actually a couple other ones that have been discontinued from Lalique that are now really pricey, but this one you can still find on the cheap. I actually have 2 bottles of it just in case. Do I need it? No. Do I have it? Alucard, Son of Dracula, 13, says, Rasasi Hawass is the best bang for my buck when it comes to under 30 bangers. Probably should have specified under $30 bangers. I think under 30 bangers could be misconstrued. So Rasasi Hawass, this guy has been a hype monster, hype beast pretty much ever since it came out. Fragrance-wise, really similar to Invictus or Invictus Aqua from Paco Rabanne. Only this one kind of came out between those two. So you could smell this and say, oh, it smells more similar to Invictus Aqua, but technically this came out after the original Invictus, before Invictus Aqua. So it's kind of like one of those things where they did a twist on the DNA of Invictus, and then that twist ended up making it smell like something that came later, if that makes sense. The performance is there. That's one of the reasons people love it. It is very sweet, attention grabbing, big compliment puller that everybody and their mama seems to own. But the reason for that is it's one of the best fragrances you can get for under 50. It's an under 50 banger. Edward Buxton is up next, who says, for him, Ralph's Club Eau de Parfum. So this is one I've talked about here recently on the channel because it popped up at Joma Shop for like 25 bucks. And the price has fluctuated a little bit. I think it crept up to like 30, but still really affordable. That's for the 50 ml size. Fragrance itself, you can wear year round. Daytime, nighttime, doesn't matter. It's done by the same perfumer that does the Y line, Dominique Ropillon. Also has some similarities to Y Eau de Parfum, Y Eau de Toilette, kind of that whole Y line. You've got a little bit of that vibe coming over to this one, but this is less sweet. So it's more aromatic, a little classier, a little bit more mature, but not the type of fragrance that young guys could not pull off. Easily they could. It's that type of scent that is made to be worn and made to be worn a lot. And the fact that you can pick it up for, you know, 30 bucks or less is a steal. Because it's not like this is a low quality bargain bin designer fragrance. Presentation is there, the perfumer is there, the quality is there. It's just cheap at discounters. At full retail, not as cheap. What do we got? We got a twofer up next. This is from Dilpreet Singh, 2650. He says Missoni Wave, right here, or Pour Homme. Both the Missonis, both solid buys for around the 35 to 40 range. Best bang for your buck for sure. So with the original, I bought a tester. As you can see, there is no cap. With Wave, I learned my lesson. I bought the full presentation. And no, the caps are not interchangeable. So the tester bottle is built differently. There are no magnets in here to react with the magnets of the cap. Sacre bleu. Now, I've been harping on this, whining on this for a minute, but I'll do it again. Missoni, brother, come out with a new fragrance, man. It's been a minute. It's been a while. I could really use a new hit. You know, just something cheap, something good. Thank you. Because they haven't released jack. They came out with Missoni Parfum and then Missoni Wave, and then after that they were like, I can't grab this tester strip. After that they were like, no more. I got too many. So Missoni Parfum Pour Homme, this one right here, smells a bit similar to Bleu de Chanel. It's gonna give you that blue fragrance versatility and wearability. Pull it off whenever you want. The quality is there. The price point is low. The compliment factor is high. It's good. And then, of course, Missoni Wave. This one got more hype than Missoni Parfum. So this is the one that you may be more familiar with. This one is kind of similar to Versace Pour Homme or Allure Homme Sport from Chanel. Kind of splits the diff between the two. Fresh, aquatic, sweet, but with a nice little density to it. You know, a little better performance, a little better projection, longevity compared to Versace Pour Homme, though I do love Versace Pour Homme. So there are the Missoni brothers right there. Jintoki 881 is up next, and his choice, Encre Noir. He goes on to say, if Encre Noir is ever discontinued, it will join the legendary group you've mentioned, which when I asked this question, I brought up a few fragrances, Gucci Pour Homme 2, Midnight in Paris by Van Cleef & Arpels, and L'Homme Ultime by YSL. All of those used to be sub 50 bucks all day, every day. Now all three are discontinued and all three are real expensive, at least compared to what they used to be. He says about this fragrance, I am absolutely sure it will hit that group if it's discontinued. It also applies to some other Lalique fragrances. For example, after Hommage à l'Homme gift was discontinued, its prices on secondhand market have skyrocketed. Yeah. Now, Encre Noir has always been a hyped cheapie, always, and for good reason. The quality of this scent versus the price is just but it is not for everyone. This is not rated E, okay? Not E for everyone. And that is because it has a grassy, rooty vetiver note. It's dry, it is woodsy, it's a touch smoky, a little bit green as well. It's really, really high quality. Really, you gotta trust me. But I can just imagine so many different guys being aged like 18 to mid-20s or something, buying this fragrance because they saw, it's one of the best cheapies, one of the best cheapies, one of the best cheapies. And they get it in and they spray it on and just go, because to a lot of people, it's gonna come across unwearable. It will. But for people that love vetiver, people that love this type of fragrance, one of the best. Terry Lewis, 2694, he says very simply, Versace Dylan Blue. Dylan Blue, man, Dylan Blue just works. That's what the tagline for this should be. You don't have to think of anything clever or cute, just Versace Dylan Blue. It just works. I don't think there's too many people who would smell this and buy into like some crazy, you know, backstory and all this stuff. Just having some advertising with like ancient gods fighting each other, and then, you know, it's like a female goddess leading one side and a male god leading the other, and then he sprays on Dylan Blue and she's like, oh, what's that? Versace Dylan Blue, choice of Olympic gods. What? Nah, scratch all that. It just works. Was I getting Greek and Roman mythology mixed up? What? So it does have that kind of reputation of just being that everyday type of fragrance, but it earned it. Doesn't cost much. It performs well all seasons, daytime, evening. And it's especially good because for a lot of guys who maybe don't want to spend the money for like Sauvage or Y or Bleu de Chanel or even above that, like Elysium or something, they can get Dylan Blue. They can get something from a brand everybody knows with quality that's good, performance that's good, pulse compliments that has versatility, and not have to spend a whole lot for it. And of course, this Versace got mentioned as well. Pour Homme. This one comes to us from Astal3520, who just says Versace Pour Homme is a timeless masculine scent. I already mentioned this smells similar to Missoni Wave, and it does. But this one is brighter, I would say cleaner, fresher. Not that this one is not. And also the performance down a little bit compared to Missoni Wave. But again, price point, fantastic, and I've got a lot of good memories with Versace Pour Homme. I love that stuff. Thrash Masters says Montagna with basically everything being 45 bucks. So many choices. So I just grabbed this one. Monkey Special. So in case you're unaware, Montagna is a clone house. So they basically sell everything directly through their website. You're not gonna find those at discounters. Who knows if in the future that happens, but I would imagine not. And they all look pretty much like this. Just like a little stock bottle sticker on the front. Really unassuming, honestly. Like if you look at this, you would think, and yet somehow they rule. Like the performance is there, the quality is there. As he says, about 45 bucks, unless they run a sale or something like that. Monkey Special, obviously this one is a clone of Tony Iommi Monkey Special by Xerjoff. Rich, sweet, a little bit syrupy, strong, leathery, super well done. This is actually one of my favorites that I have gotten from Montagna. I have picked up from the website probably, I don't know at this point, maybe 20. I'm looking because they're all over here. And I would say of the 20, probably a solid 85% are just like top notch. There's only been a couple where I was like, ugh, and there have been a lot more that have just been like, this one of the best. Giveaway. So I'm giving away this. This is Veneno Black. It is still sealed, as you can see. Reason I went with this one is because a lot of guys would hit me up and say, hey, where can I get that? I'm interested in it. But it was kind of hard to find. Like none of the big stores had it yet. You had to order it from overseas if you wanted it. It was kind of a pain. And now you can actually find it. So I was like, well, I'll scoop up another one real easy peasy and give it away. So that's what we're doing. So usual stuff, guys, with the giveaway. Just comment down below so you can be entered in the giveaway. I'll pick a winner with a random comment picker posted up on the post tab of the YouTube channel the following month of whenever this video goes live with a bunch of other winners. And yeah, in the comment, just let me know, I guess, which of these fragrances you think is the best of these 15 choices here that your fellow viewers submitted. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Also, if you don't mind, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and good luck. So there it is, Veneno Black. I want to thank all of you once again that submitted your fragrances, everybody that upvoted other people's fragrances. Stay safe out there, guys. Good luck with the giveaway. Take care of yourself. See you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys.